Look at them. Look at all them cherries. Oh, a double cherry. A double cherry.
They're not connected. They're individual. They came off of one.
Off of one bloom.
Yeah.
2 cherries. That's productivity there. We got to get in here and start cutting lower limbs. Generally, I don't cut the lower limbs until I have about 12 different limbs. They do need to have some. That's their photosynthesis. That's how they get their energy. So anyway, and this guy here, I'll have to cut. See this? It isn't really a sucker as much as it just extended off of that. So I'm going to cut this.
Cut the top off.
Like just cut this one here so we can continue to do it.
Enough. Just cut
yep. We're good. It's just the way this old cherry variety went. So that's the harvest for the day on cherries.
For the day.
And you don't have any more?
There's some there, but I think I'll leave them a little bit longer on there. I mean,
all right.
They're already turning.
Yep. You're gonna let them. They're still pretty green yet. So, all right. Well, I can get in here now and start lowering.
Did you see this plant? How many cucumbers are on there developing?
Oh my gosh! Look at that.
It's insane.
That is a lot. That's a double. Wow, that's productive, isn't it?
There's like 3 or 4 per cluster.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to plant as many cucumbers if they all did that, wouldn't it? Or would we? And just double the market, corner the market on cucumbers. All right. Yep. Let me go ahead and get this other done. Tomatoes. Look at the size of some of them tomatoes there. They are really. We are really needing them to start to turn, but we do love. Look at the size of some of them. Isn't that beautiful? All right, we're gonna keep going here. So when I'm doing my cucumbers, I always take off the tendrils. I could leave them on there. The only reason I don't is when you go to take the cucumbers down in the fall of the year, you have more than just taking the clips off. You have to take all the tendrils off. So I always end up put that clip on. Go ahead, do it. Now I'm going to go ahead here and drop this guy down and put that there. This guy here, we'll go and lower this tomato down. I try to work both sides in here as I go. And I'm going to move a little bit forward. This isn't a hard job, just time consuming. Like I said, once a week I try to get in here and do it. If it's, like I said, with it being hot, I don't care. You get close to this plastic up here and she's nice and toasty. Take these tendrils off. I didn't get any, this guy, that's the problem. If they're growing well, once a week, that really is too, really need to get in here twice a week on cucumbers and do this. I'm gonna lower this down as well. Let me get a clip on here. And to lower it on these, you just push this wire over and the weight of it will drop it. Moving on to the next one. Let me go and clip it. She's a little floppy. Yeah, we're just now getting to the stage of having to lower. We're at the end of June and 1st of July. There's some bird scat on top of that one. We get one every now and then. I really see them. I'm gonna lower that down some more. Now this is a sucker. On that cucumber, that's a sucker right there. Go ahead and pinch them off while they're young if you can. I'm always gotta be careful because you don't want to rip off a flower, right? You don't want to rip off potential. I'm gonna go and lower both these down some more because it is so hot up here high in the greenhouse. We're good here, good there. I'll lower it one more time because I tell you it's hot up here. Get it away from that plastic. Got to be careful you don't do the ladder on the other deal. Just clipping cukes. Yep. Lost that one. I don't know where it went. I'll find it. Find it another time. Can you, I was asked one time, do you ever remove the clips from the bottom of the plant when they're not needed? And the answer is yes. We have done that, especially when you're running out of clips. All right, and I'm gonna back this up just a tad so I can attend to this guy. Let's drop you down some more. There's a sucker right in there. What's turning? Oh, tomato. You found one. Right now we're at the beginning of our tomato harvest. And this here's a sucker right there. Let's get rid of that while it's still young. The shade cloth, I tell you, if you don't own one, I don't care what you gotta do. Find the money, rob a bank, ask your mom. Do not rob a bank. I would rob a bank just so I could go ahead and have a shade cloth, because it's night and day difference on the quality of your vegetables. All right, got that one clipped. While I'm up here, I can see it's probably pretty easy to do. I'll clip it from down below. But you want to get rid of the tendrils. See how this here tendril's already tied on? I'll go and remove that, but if you don't do it now, you'll have to do it later. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I'll clip it. There's another tendril on there. Am I harvesting them? I'm clipping them while it's still cool in the house. Okay, I don't see any. There's a sucker right there. Nope, no it's not. Yeah, I don't know. All right, a lot of blooms on that one. My goodness, look at all the blooms on that cucumber. All right. Got a few suckers on these. Like I said, I'll come back in here, remove some lower limbs. I like having 12 tomato limbs per plant to allow for photosynthesis. It's where they get their energy. I'm gonna put it right below that lower limb. There we go. Let's lower that down a click. We'll lower this guy down a click because they're kind of tied in together. There we go. They're going to be a big mess by the end of the year. This guy. So we're finding this year, I mean, of course it's true every year, you just kind of forget, but 100-degree days. You didn't water in here yesterday though, right?
No.
But we've been watering for the most part pretty much every day in the greenhouse. That's, tell you what, I'm gonna lower that down one click just to have it. I didn't do this one, but I'm going to lower that down, because like I said, you get up real high where it's hot and it makes a difference. So try to keep the fruit as low as you can, or you know, away from the heat. There we go. I'm just kind of looking back over the vegetables to see if I missed, because these were really far behind. I'm really far behind. And same way, let's go ahead and do this cherry tomato here. And we have suckers right there. Very obvious on that one. We got a sucker here. And a sucker right there. Right in the crotches of each of those. Let me go ahead and clip it. Let's drop it down. These are obviously need to be dropped twice. So we'll leave that right there. Moving back. Let me sever that tendril. I've been seeing more and more airplanes flying fairly low. We're not too far as the crow flies from the big red one. Over there in Manhattan, Kansas. So we get our share of helicopters and they fly over us. A lot of suckers. I'm sorry, I haven't been pointing them out. This here's a sucker. I know it's putting on fruit. I'm just gonna go ahead, I'll let those fruits stay. But I'll pinch that flower off. We have a sucker right here. Let's get rid of it. And you'll end up, if you don't end up suckering them, you're just gonna end up with a very hard to trellis plant. Let's see if I can, nope, there it is. If I can get the tendrils early, I will. Makes it a lot easier. This guy's, he's okay. Here's a sucker right in there. So let's go ahead and get that sucker off. While we're here, I tell you, I want a bare minimum for cucumbers. I'll do a second video here. For cucumbers and tomatoes, I want a minimum of 12 sets of leaves. So we'll just start up there. We'll just call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So anything below this zone, and let's go and give it a 13th, but we can go ahead and trim these leaves off. I already know these are good. I just haven't gotten in here to do this job. But this way the plant spends less of its energy sustaining an object that it's not needed. I like 12 leaves minimum for photosynthesis, and that's important. Don't get too much in a hurry to do pruning for the sake of having this having a greenhouse look like a lot of the professional greenhouses. I mean, I think that's good, but I think sometimes it can go to the extreme where folks just don't realize that it also takes photosynthesis. I don't know how tall their plants actually get inside of their greenhouse. You see what the results are, but they might be having 18-foot peaks in their greenhouse, and well, that means they still have a lot of leaves up high. And what we're seeing, there's a sucker right there. Let's go ahead and get him. So that will have that plant covered right there. From as far as pruning a tomato or a cucumber, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 leaves what I'm leaving on this one, and that's enough for photosynthesis. At the same token, it clears off some stuff, encouraging growth going vertical. Of course, we don't have to worry too much about it, but let's go ahead and do another cucumber here. As far, we'll count down our leaves, and let's leave 12 to 13 leaves in here. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and there's the 13th. So let's go ahead, anything below here, and that's a big sucker is what this is. I'm going and cutting it off. But everything below there, and I have cut the main limb by error, so just be careful. Yeah, she says, yes, I have.
You have the timer on the other house?
I don't even have it on. I haven't gotten over there yet. No. Yep. But yeah, trimming cucumbers will help encourage vertical growth. There we go. All of these are done. We've gotten our 13. I'll go ahead while I'm down here. I'm right next to it. And I'll get a few of these on this side. Well, my battery's about out, but I want to show you. I got my cucumbers finally dealt with and my cherry tomatoes. I got them lowered. I got everything much lower, and I got a disaster here, but as Delia says, I defoliated everything. But you know, I leave 12 sets of leaves on whether it's a tomato or whether it's a cucumber. I always leave 12 sets of leaves. It has to photosynthesize in order to produce the fruit. So we need to do it. And I want to get the tops of my cucumbers and tomatoes away as low as I can do it. If I could, I would put them at my 5 foot if I could. But anyway, I got everything done. We're just starting to lower and lean. I still have those other tomatoes on that side, but I'm going to have to let it go. You can certainly see those tomatoes right now. They are really, really getting close. Nice looking beefsteaks. Just wonderful looking tomatoes. Look at the trellises of some of them. So I tell you, it takes a lot of water to feed them. That's where the drip irrigation really pays off. So all right,